Alright, so I went back through. I played this twice. I played this twice. One for the bad ending and one for the good ending, which should be this one, and I'm hoping that this is a good ending because I can't remember my saves. So this could either be the really good ending or the really bad ending. We got the normal one. I looked it up and we got the normal one. So, we're gonna go back through, play this. This is the very end of it, so it should be just where she regains her memory or she doesn't regain them at all. I think this is, I'm pretty sure this is the good ending. Okay, so, start fresh. Alright? Let's just enjoy the ending we deserve. Okay, guys, let's do it. You know, you were waiting for me the other day, too. What happened at prep school? You're lying about class being canceled, right? I can make up for all those exams and studying later. Right now I can only concentrate on this, and I want to settle it. It'll be really funny if you fail your exams because of this. I'm not going to give you anything to laugh about. So, let's settle this. Alright, where should we begin? Yuki, come over here. On that day, you were the one who hurt her when she collapsed at the bottom of the cliff, right? Let me ask you one thing. Why do you think that? Process of elimination, among other things. The first thing that bothered me was when you said what you said when she was discharged from the hospital. And we've already done this, and I don't think I can do it any more perfect. But Shen, oh, she's out of the hospital. Why'd you bring her here? You look so pale. Is your head hurting? Okay. You asked her if her head was hurting. Remember that? No, I don't. No. Nah. It's true she hit her head, but at first glance, her neck wounds were much worse. She was bleeding pretty bad, and they even said at the hospital that those wounds could have been fatal. People at the scene saw that too. After she was discharged, everyone noticed the bandages on her neck first. So why would you suddenly be so concerned about her head, Tomo? Because I heard her neck wasn't feeling as painful, and I figured a blunt hit from the head would cause lasting pain. How did you know all that, Tomo? I'm pretty sure that my speculation is right, is that he just lost it when she mistook him for Shin. Because that's like classic any love triangle thing, right? Am I right? I mean, I'm right. Okay, then we'll leave it at that. Also, about her memories, she never said a word about regaining consciousness at the bottom of the cliff before losing her memories. She probably realized I couldn't have gone to find her, knowing what happened, so she dismissed that memory as nothing. Yet it was among one of the first things that she remembered. And she spoke it directly and openly. I can't remember if I did it in this playthrough. I think I did. That I had gone and found her. That didn't make a fool of words. But I didn't go, so that means she could have mistaken for me went and found her. Bom bom bom. And she just mistook that person for me. See? I'm telling you, I'm right. Well, let me ask you this. Is there really no possibility that you went and found her yourself? We went through this last time. There's no possibility because there was blood on Shin's clothes, but there wasn't, and he took advantage of the mayhem, so no one would notice him either. That's what happened. Well, that's what we speculated last time. We've been through this with Shin. She was covered in blood, and if I carried her back, they would have seen. Yeah, and see, it would have been painfully obvious that they touched her, yet everyone was in a panic. Seems like I don't fit the bill either. But by the time you returned, everyone was already back and everyone was in complete panic. Yep, we've been through this. No one would have noticed or cared how you looked a second before. Well, I see. At the very least, we know it wasn't you then. Well, duh. But it doesn't mean it was me. Those shoe prints that the police found, they can do a comparison. I doubt it. I'm sure the person's already disposed of the shoes. How odd of you to say. That's very suspicious. You know I took pictures, right? I guess, but there's no guarantee that that would be significant proof. Then one more thing. There are 2 reasons we went back to the lodge. First was to bring back her memories, and second was to watch the culprit go search for the evidence. If we were brought back to the scene of the crime, I figured they would go and check if there was any evidence that remained. But me and Sawa were the ones that found it. I do know, and I had Sawa record the whole conversation. Wham. Wow, you actually go that far? You're super cray. Yeah, Sawa helped us out. And the reason Sawa argued with you when you tried to dispose of the evidence that night was because I had her keeping watch. If I was awake, you wouldn't leave the room. I asked her to wait up and watch, and that's why she called out to you. I see, so that's why Sawa was up so late, in her clothes that she had worn earlier. I never thought something like that would happen. I feel terrible for asking her. But hey, was that really an accident? Are you sure you really didn't shove Sawa down those stairs? Tomo? It was an accident. Gasped. It really was Tomo? He was trying to dispose of the evidence from Sawa? I just was worried about you, and I didn't pay attention to Sawa's room. When I finally found the moment that you had fallen asleep, and I left the room, she called out to me, and I panicked and I elbowed her. I didn't think I would hit her that hard. Sawa was probably startled, lost her footing, and fell down the stairs. I was honestly shocked when it happened. I didn't intend for it to happen at all. I think so too. Even though you hurt her, you panicked and left evidence everywhere. And now that I think about it, I doubt you'll ever be so cold-blooded to try to cover that up. I'll come forward and apologize, but I didn't want her to know what I was trying to do. Now I can finally go apologize to Sawa. Thanks for figuring me out, Shin. And what about Yuki? Why'd you do it? That was an accident too. I tried to pick her up and my hand slipped. And that's a lie. This is where we go into him. We know it's malice intent, right? I'm serious. The reason I didn't admit it was because I lost my chance. And by the time I made up my mind to admit everything and return to the lodge, it was declared an accident. And when she regained her consciousness, she looked up to me and smiled and said thank you. I couldn't say anything, and if I brought it up again and came forward, it would have just hurt her. How would it have... I don't understand where they're coming from during this, because it's like, it would have hurt me. It would have hurt me that you tried to help me, and your hand slipped? How would that hurt me? I don't get it. It wouldn't hurt me, but you covering it up shows suspect intense. Tomo, just throwing that out there. And I made up that mind to carry the burden to my grave. Of course, when the suspicion was cast on you, Shin, I thought about coming forward many times. But I firmly believed that the suspicion would be cleared, and you were completely innocent after all. And just so you know, if you did happen to be arrested or charged for it, I would have talked right away. I don't doubt that. While I was held for questioning, you came and protested to the police many times. You even helped my mom in writing up a petition. I know better than anyone that you never intended to have me pay for your crimes. All you wanted was for this to be passed off as an accident. You didn't want to hurt anyone. But that's wrong. Even if it was just for a moment, you had malice intent. You can't just pretend it didn't happen. I can. But, like, clear. Why did we not catch on to that? If he says I can, then clearly something bad happened. Shin, you might have evidence of the crime, but not a motive. I'm always going to say it was an accident. I'm not sorry for trying to hide it, but I didn't hurt her out of malice intent. There's no reason at all for that I would want to hurt her. There is. Yuki, remember? Remember what happened? Please remember. What did you say? What happened because of it? Think back. Can you really turn a blind eye to something you don't want to see? Is that really okay? You don't want to move on? You don't want a relationship that's so important right now? You can't destroy that! Remember! Sorry, I got too into it. Back then, what I saw was... Yuki, there you are. You okay? Can you stand up? Oh, Shin, you came for me. You remember. You remember, girl, please! It looks like you're out of it. The bleeding's pretty severe. You must have gotten cut with that glass bottle. This isn't... This is exactly why it was bad. What? That totally caught me off guard. So, why it's bad to litter. Don't litter, kids. Okay. Wait a second. Try not to move. This holding isn't enough to make the bleeding stop. You need to get to a hospital right away. I'll carry you on my back. Hold on. Shin, you're so kind. Can you see me? I'm hurt all over. Everything's so hazy. I can't see very well at all, Shin. Why? Huh? Shin isn't kind enough. Don't you think so too? So why Shin? What are you saying? Why couldn't it be me? Always lost it. Tomo! He went cray. I knew it. I knew that's what had happened. No, no way. Why would Tomo do such a thing? Why? Oh, I need to figure this out. This was just a mistake. I need to forget everything. Why would I forget everything? It's good to remember. Looks like you've managed to unstill your memories. Orion. And now I can finally return to where I belong. I can go home. You haven't remembered everything yet, but the thing sealing all away your memories is gone. You'll remember everything soon. A reliable knight by your side helped you after all. Orion, are you leaving? Yeah, I need to do my job. Once we finish separating, you'll forget all about me, but I'll never forget you. No matter where I am, I'll always be praying for you to be happy. Thank you, Orion. I'll be praying for you to be happy too, Orion. Thanks. Bye-bye. Ugh. Yuki, are you okay? What the hell are you doing? You shouldn't try to force someone to remember something they want to forget. You're always like this, Tomo. You think everything is fine as long as you're protecting her. That's no good. No good at all. Yuki, did you remember what happened? Can you talk? Yeah, but Tomo is... I know you don't want Tomo to hear this. But if you don't say anything, we won't know the truth. We need to know everything and see these crimes atoned for before we can move on, right? Do you really intend to let those responsibilities carry these sins for the rest of our lives? Go ahead, if you remembered, then there's no use in hiding it. Tomo pushed me. I mistook Tomo for Shin, and he got mad and pushed me. Tomo, do you like? You must understand. Had my issues with Shin from a long time ago. I got angry when you confused us. Whoa! Shin! Snap! Hey, you still spouting this bullshit like... God, you still spouting bullshit at a time like this? One who always said lying can be the best thing to do in a certain situation. Don't try to twist that, Tomo. It's the best thing to do sometimes because it brings the best results to everyone involved. But when you try to hide something that's inconvenient to you, it's just a lie. That's wrong, Shin. This is the best path. This is the best path. For me, and for you, and for everyone else. That's why no matter what you say, I'll always deny it. So what will you do? You got anything else to throw at me? I got it. Here's another piece of evidence. Here's pictures of her that I found in your... Whoa, wait, what? Here are the pictures of her that I found in your room, among other things. So this bro has pictures of me, just like random pictures of me in his room. That look, he was like, crap. What? I didn't want to bring this up if I didn't have to, but you're still making excuses. Wait a minute, how did you get your hands on that? I threw all of that away. And took a few before you disposed of them. I always took a photo of these sitting in your room. When did you? Oh, I see. When you took my wallet and you said you'd go buy us some drinks. You of all people know that I keep my key in my wallet. That's right. Shin's so smart. You do realize you've committed both theft and trespassing to get that right? You can't use that evidence. I know, but that's fine. In fact, I intended to return these photos and items to you, as well as the other evidence. My goal was to get you to admit what you had done from your own mouth. You weren't afraid that you'd actually be charged with this crime, were you? The thing you were afraid of was us finding out what you had done, wasn't it? You love her. So when she called you by my name, you couldn't control yourself and pushed her. Didn't want us to know that. You thought if you admitted it, you'd hurt us far more than it would hurt you. That's all there was to it, am I right? Ugh. My goal's already accomplished. Your goal is impossible. I'm not interested in this evidence anymore. Throw it away, give it to the police, do whatever you want. Looks like I've lost. This is why I don't like competing with you. It can never stay just a game. I feel the same way. In the end, Yuki chooses your theory. Tomo, is all this true? Do you really? You mean the fact that I pushed you, or the fact that I love you? Because both are true. Why are you hiding it? You already know the reason. I know, still. You love to lie, and at the same time, you have a hard time letting both the good and the bad coexist. You should have just left it as an accident, and then I could have just suffered with this guilt for the rest of my life alone. Your finding out about this has only hurt Yuki more. And And if you found out exactly how much I was hurting, then we all would have ended up suffering this guilt forever. But if we But if we don't face the truth, then we can't move on. Me, her, and you too, Tomo. It's just like before when I argued with you after her performance. I told you that Wait, I told you that what you said to her was too harsh. And I told you that what you were trying to do was sweep the truth under the rug and ignore what really happened. After that, I started desperately praying that she would be even better the next year, so I could see her smile. And the next year was really amazing. You remembered it too, right? She was like a completely different person. I believe that the gods had heard my prayers and answered them. I thought it was a miracle. And when the performance ended, and I saw her rush over to you, smiling, I finally realized everything. I was beyond disappointed. What I had really hoped for was for her to smile at me. The one who was actually thinking about her happiness was you, Shin. In the end, that event led to you two to start to date. I guess the gods saw through my selfishness. That's what I was thinking the entire time. Also, Yuki, how did you not realize any of this until now? Before you and Shin started dating, I asked you out many times. Do you remember that? You did? I don't remember that. You probably said it really lightheartedly, like you usually do. Well, pretty much. I was scared. If she started avoiding me, I didn't know how I would be able to continue to live my life. But if I did say it many times, I wonder how you didn't realize how I felt. And while I couldn't escape the limits of being a childhood friend from you, Shin was able to manage doing so. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. I was pretty much risking my life. I was prepared to throw everything away. Oh, did you ever confess to her with that level of determination? No. The only reason you were able to do something like that was because you're impulsive. I had loved her for so long, but after being so close to her for that long, even as sort of a sibling, I couldn't risk it. Yeah, right. Even if I was in your position, I still would have confessed. The length of time you felt that way doesn't matter. Stop trying to come up with excuses for your cowardness. You lost the moment. You lost the moment you decided you were too scared to take a risk for her. I couldn't give up on someone like that. Yeah, you're right. It's exactly as you said, and from a long time ago. Wanted to be able to do that, like you. Hey, do you still remember when she started talking about marriage back when we were kids? I already liked her, since way back then, and that's why I got so flustered. But even back then, you came in from the sidelines and snatched her up. I don't remember that. Wow. Yeah, well, you're that kind of guy. Yuki, do you remember? Did that really happen? I remember proposing to you, Tomo. But was that really the end of that story? I called this one too! I knew that was Shin. I was like, that's not blonde hair. I knew it. Tomo, when we grow up, we should get married. What? You too, Shin. Then we'll be together forever. Okay, that sounds good. Wait, you two... You know you can only get married to one person, right? The most important person. 3 people can't do that. Oh, really? Well, I like you both so much. That's no good. You'll have to choose one person someday. Wait, but... No, oh, don't cry. Then you should just marry me, and I'll be with you forever. Won't that be good? But what? Why do you get to decide? Shin, you'll really marry me? Yeah, I like you the most after all. Thank you. I like you too, Shin. Oh. Can we just appreciate this for... No, we can't. Can we just take off the text? Because it's so cute. Yeah, it's a promise. I didn't read that thing before, sorry. I remember. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Tomo. Can't believe I did that. It isn't your fault at all. It isn't Shin's fault either. Although you were both just a tad slow. I'm sorry. Are you apologizing? I'm the one who should apologize. I did something terrible to you, and I couldn't stop lying. I'm sorry. Caused a lot of suffering for you too, Shin. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I don't know how much you've had to put up with until now. I don't even know how shocking it must have been for you to be mistaken for me. But regardless of the reason, you hurt her, and I can't ever forgive that. You don't have to forgive me. In fact, you shouldn't. Clench your teeth. Oh, wait, what? Oh! Snap! Tomo! Ouch. Like, that's all you say. Ouch. Yeah, thanks for that, Shen. Only for you. Don't think that hurt only for you, idiot. Yeah, I won't forget that. Anyway, I'll be paying a visit to the police. Mind if I take this evidence? You were gonna give it to me anyway, right? Yeah, go ahead. Tomo! Tomo, we'll be waiting for you. Thanks. I guess we should go too. Where? Doesn't matter. Oh, I know. How about Crayfish Park? He really likes this park. Did you not want to remember? Huh? Did I go too far? Didn't I just hurt the two of you? That's not true. I knew it would be painful for you, but I couldn't just leave this entire burden on Tomo. I thought he would feel a little bit better if he could confess to you and apologize. He could finally put it to the past. I wanted him to atone for this and move on. I didn't want to keep making sacrifices for himself and have to live with them. Yeah, I know. But still, it's all my fault. Because I've been monopolizing you since childhood. I stole you away and put all that stress on him. Shin. And what's with him wanting to be more like me? He's got to be an idiot to think that. I'm the one who always wanted to be more like him. I always thought if I could be kinder to you, I wished I could be, just like him. But I don't know how to do that. I always end up hurting you. Tomo's a lot more worthy than I am. See, I don't see at all how he could feel inferior to me. Oh. And besides, if I hadn't been so forceful with you, you wouldn't have fallen off that cliff in the first place. If I hadn't have done that, that accident might have never happened. It's all been my fault from the very start. Shin, that's enough. If I had just realized how Tomo felt about you, I would have taken the chance to think about him before confessing to you. If I had hesitated in confessing to you back then, maybe something might have changed for the better. You might have even started seeing Tomo in a different light and chosen him instead. I'm the one who butted in incessantly without knowing or thinking about anything. There's no mistaking that I'm the one who pushed him this far over the edge. I'm so sorry. It's okay. But I just couldn't sit still when it came to you. Even if I knew this would be the result, I wouldn't have been able to help it. Even knowing that I ended up destroying everything, I still would have stolen you away. I was in love, and I didn't know what else I could do. Shen. It's alright if you blame me, but I'll never let you go. I'll make you so happy, even that idiot Tomo won't be able to laugh about all this. So cute. August 31st. Apparently Tomo isn't going to be prosecuted. Oh, really? It's not 100% certain yet, but the detective investigating me said that that's how things are looking. I see. Well, that'll be nice. Even if he was prosecuted, it would just be like bodily harm. He was a first-time offender. He's showing remorse, so it shouldn't be bad. I'll let Inky and Kent know about this too. They both helped us out a lot after all. And, of course, I told Sawa, and I thought of telling Yukio, but he's been out of contact for a while, and I think he's at like some duel master contest. I see. Well, a lot of people really helped us out. I hope Tomo gets back quickly. When he does, this time, we're all hanging out. All three of us, okay? Yeah, I'll consider it. I really like Tomo, though. Why? What do you mean, why? Because Tomo's like an older brother to me? I feel like that's not this, so we should not be hanging out with him, because there were pictures of us in his room. That's creepy. Right? Because he's kind, unlike me. If you realize that, then maybe you should make more of an effort to be kind. I want to, I just don't really know how. He's good at that kind of stuff, and that's always why you're smiling when he's around. It seriously makes me jealous, so I don't like having him nearby. I'd be a lot happier if you treated me nicely, you know? How exactly? Maybe you could hold my hand? No way, that's embarrassing. See, you aren't being nice. You can call that kindness. I seriously don't get it. Even if you don't get it, you should just do it. It'll make me happy. Fine, give me your hand. Okay. Finally. Aww. I can't take it. This is too embarrassing. Why? Because it's like we're in elementary school. I have memories of walking around with you like this. This is completely different from back then. It's no different. What's different about it? Well, I can't really explain it. But you're going to get kinder, right? You could listen to what I want for once in a while? Did I ever not listen to what you wanted? Tons of times. Like when? I once asked where I wanted to go, and I said the zoo, and you said you didn't want to go. That's where kids go. I was always asking you to go to your room, but you would never let me in. I didn't want you to know that I got the base. Oh, that's adorable. I didn't want you to know that I was practicing the bass until I got good at it. And you've never said I love you. What, of course I have. You always add something else to it, like, it annoys me because I love you. You never actually said it on its own. You already know what the deal is, so that should be enough. And you always kiss me whenever you want, and you never ask me when I want to. And that's not very nice. Well, we'll go to the zoo after I finish my exams. You already found out a bit about the bass, so you can come to my room. And also, I love you. You added also. Give me a break, I said it. I love you. I love you so much. I really do love you. There, is that good enough? Yep, I love you too. That's so cute. Yay! We did it! I had to cheat, but we got there.